Greetings, all my new and existing work from homers. This is Shortcut Sherry, and I'm here to give you some tips and tricks on working from home. In the previous videos, I showed you how to set up a new account, and I also show you how to get started in Office 365. Now I'm going to do some videos that focus on specific tools in the toolbox. This one in particular will be OneDrive. When you hear OneDrive, it might be a little bit confusing, because if you have an existing Microsoft-based account like Hotmail.com or MSN.com or Outlook.com, you already have OneDrive and it's much smaller. That's for your personal use. This is actually OneDrive for business, meaning that it's assigned to your company and secured by your company. So what is OneDrive? Let's go there. OneDrive is intended to be used for your work personal documents. So they're not your personal documents. You shouldn't be uploading your pictures of your kids, or I had one gentleman that had his divorce papers in his OneDrive. Probably not the best idea. In my previous life as HR, I've had to lay people off, and it doesn't always happen when you think it's going to happen. So if your personal content is locked down on a business server, guess what? You might potentially lose it. So don't store your personal documents here. There's other options for that. So what is OneDrive? You have up to a terabyte of storage in the cloud. So that content that you typically store on a network drive that you cannot access very easily when you're outside of your office can make it very difficult to do your work. Use OneDrive instead. OneDrive is your personal work storage. Another benefit to using OneDrive is that you can share content with other people. Let's say that we need to work on this chemical spill procedure. Instead of trying to work on it by myself and emailing it around, I'm going to send it to someone else. Notice that currently it's marked as private. I'm going to select that file, click the Share button, and then enter the name of the person that I want to share it with. Now I could send an introductory message, and then click Send. There are additional options. Most people just go to this part and don't look at the other options that are available to them. Here it says anyone with a link can edit. If you click that, it gives you some additional options. I work for a company called Contoso. So anyone in Contoso with that link could edit this document. Now, some of your organizations may allow external sharing with people outside of your organization. If you want to ensure that only the people within your organization have access to this file, then you want to change this to people in Contoso with the link, and yours will say whatever your company is. Or you can direct it to specific people. At the bottom here, we have some additional options. Allow editing. So if I don't want him to edit it, I just want him to look at it, then I can deselect this option. I can set an expiration date. Hey Dan, I want you to look at this for the next week, and after a week, guess what? You're done. I don't have to share this with you anymore, and I don't have to remember to go back and take his permissions away. You can set the expiration date. Set the password. So if you want to give them a password to make sure that only specific people that you provided a password to get into this file, this is another level of securing it. Now, depending on how you've shared this link, you may have the option to block the download, meaning they can only work on it online, they can't download it onto their own computer. Always look at the different options that you have. I'm going to click Apply, and then send that off to Dan. Notice what happens. If I refresh the window, it popped in there just at the last second when I was waiting for it. Here it says Shared. If you click Shared, you'll see a Share panel come over on the right-hand side. And this is where you can tell who is working on that document, who has access to it, and anyone with the link can edit this document. If at any point I would like to remove that, click the ... set an expiration date. Currently it's shared with Dan. You can take away their access if you want to. So I'm going to click this X to remove the link. And this will take everyone's permission away, and I'm no longer going to be sharing this file. Now, a couple of cautions with OneDrive. You don't want to take everything from your network drive and drag and drop it into OneDrive and make a mess. I know that we're in crunch time right now and you probably don't have a lot of time to think through it, but I would highly encourage you to organize your stuff before you move it into OneDrive. You're in a web-based environment now, and folders upon folders upon folders upon folders are a bad idea. There's this beautiful connection between Office 365 and the applications such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint that allows you to open those documents, co-author them with other people, and those changes are synchronized. If you have folders upon folders upon folders upon folders, eventually it will affect the length of this, what we call the URL here at the top. If that exceeds 255 characters, the connection breaks. I would encourage you to use web usability standards when arranging your documents. Everything on the web should be within 3 clicks. If you can imagine if you had to click 20 times when you went to a website to find what you're looking for, you'd probably be out of there or very, very frustrated. So don't do that to yourself. I always tell people, imagine a filing cabinet. This is my filing cabinet, OneDrive. If I had the limitation of a drawer, a Pendaflex, and a manila folder to put my papers in, I'm not going to put a manila folder inside a manila folder inside a manila folder inside a manila folder, right? If I had a paper world and this was my limitation, a file drawer, a Pendaflex, and a manila folder, what would that look like? How would I organize my stuff? And there you go, 3 clicks. The other option you have is to synchronize your content. And I'll do that in the next video. Thanks for watching. I'm Shortcut Sherry, and it's my job to make your job easier.